Alright, game back from that video is off most different job, 7/2024, Moon 4 is off most different job. Draya Michelle is 39, pregnant with 22-year-old NBA player Jalen Green. That's off most different job. Marubozo already know that simp and being a simp and some husband more likely to happen if they go after these young men while they're still in their early 20s and making millions. This is just another easy win for Marubozo women. These men become simp and some husband and get trapped into feminine energy, life, and emotions. The relationship will be based on drama and emotions, and Marubozo women love drama and emotions. Draya Michelle is going to get married and have the kids and get a divorce and take half of everything, or she's going to run off with the kid and file for child support and be making no less than $50,000 to $100,000 in child support and making millions on the internet, IG, and modern day society. Draya Michelle is having Jalen Green's child. She is pregnant right now and having a daughter. We do have to wait to see what happened, but she is pregnant with NBA Jalen Green, who is currently in the $40 million contract in his third year in his contract. He signed for a 4-year, $40.8 million guarantee, annual average salary of $10 million. Signed contract in 2001 was his rookie year, and Jalen Green is earning just $8.9 million this year on his third year, his 4-year rookie contract. He will sign for extensions plus endorsements, making about $10 million a year. So off of Jalen Green income alone, Draya Michelle will be making at least $2 million out of this situation when it's all said and done from the 22-year-old NBA star Jalen Green. Jalen Green also can still get another $40 million contract or $40.8 million contract once his contract is up, as long as Jalen Green is simping and being a some husband and make Draya happy that everything is okay. Or she can go get child support up to $50,000 to $100,000 in child support for the next 18 years. She'll be set up for the next 18 years for the rest of her life. These young men are making millions, and minority women go after these young men who are making millions and energy snatch and turn a man into a some husband. We have to wait to see what happens in the next 2 years. She might run off with the baby and file for child support. She can get more money from Jalen Green if she gets up to $50,000 to $100,000 per month in child support. Jalen Green in rookie contract is almost up next year. It's his last $40 million rookie contract in 2025. Jalen Green will hopefully sign for another contract, hopefully $100 million, and he'll be making about $150 million to $200 million in his next 5 years if he gets a $100 million contract. So it's easy for minority women to win. If she has a kid with NBA player Jalen Green, if she gets married and divorced, she still wins. Regardless, this is just another win for minority women, for Draya Michelle. Minority women go after these men. Minority women just need someone to be a simp husband. Most men get caught up in feminine energy and get caught up simping and being a simp husband. This is why a nice guy finished last. This is why the simp husband finished last. Being a simp husband is just a level up for minority women. As alpha males, their fans, job, gang.
My judgment really isn't coming from a place of detest for Draya, let alone her being pregnant. I think my reservation stems from the type of message it puts out, as well as the potential intent for her choice. Jalen Green is 22 years old, very young, but he is an NBA player who has been making a lot of noise. I don't watch basketball, I don't tune into any games, but we all know that NBA players are usually the most paid athletes after baseball players. So I decided to Google Jalen Green's contract. He is currently signed to a 4-year, $40.8 million contract. It says that Green is earning just $8.9 million this season, the third on his 4-year rookie contract. Next offseason, Green will become eligible for an extension that could pay him up to 25% of the team's salary cap. So essentially what that means is he has performed well enough to obtain more money, more millions, and I think we'd be naive and foolish to think that that's not a factor in why Draya may have gone after him. I'm not saying that the love isn't real. I'm not saying that the love isn't genuine. I'm not saying that all of her intentions are bad, but as an almost 40-year-old woman and has already dealt with a boatload of athletes, I do have to question her motives because she could have gotten with anybody else. She's a beautiful woman. Whether her body is real or fake, she looks great. I wouldn't even think that she's almost 40, and that's just face card. And she does know better than a 22-year-old. If the roles were reversed and this was a man who impregnated someone in their early 20s, the automatic response would be that he's a thief of youth, he's a predator, he's grooming, and that he has no business dealing with someone almost half his age. So I would like to extend those same beliefs to Draya because she's a veteran in this. She's a veteran in obtaining well-to-do men, and she's a veteran in keeping her dating life attached to men like Jalen. I think we have to be real. A lot of us girls aren't stupid. We do consider financial income, we do consider status, we do consider the future of a man's career, whether he's in the potential stage or he's established, when we're making the choices to date. At least I hope women are. And with Draya being older, I know that she did. And I'll be real, athletes are not the smartest men. Who remembers Brittany Renner saying, if you want to come up off a check than get with an athlete, specifically an NBA player. Apparently they don't use condoms, they love to spread their seed in any woman, and they're so focused on their sport that if you can distract them, there may be some monetary or social benefits for you. And of course, that's a stereotype. It doesn't apply to all athletes, but I do believe it's true just from working in that industry myself.
In my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
Draya knows better, but I do want to get on Jalen. Of course, he's young. This is going to be his first child, and of course, he isn't as experienced as Draya, but he is a grown man. He's not dumb enough or young enough to not realize that someone of Draya's age most definitely doesn't just want him for him, especially knowing her history. He made the decision to spread his seed in her, knowing the consequences, and whether or not their relationship works out, the reputation that will follow him outside of the basketball court is kind of skeptical. He's not a kid, so I'm not going to treat him as one, but in relation to Draya, he is a kid. Again, he's the same age as her oldest child, and I think that's also a huge concern. I mean, it profusely perturbs me that a woman would be so comfortable enough to date someone that is the same age as their child. And of course, Draya had a son very young. But that notwithstanding, it's not like there aren't other men who are around her age that she could be with. And let's wake that up. We often talk about how men who date younger women are doing so because the women who are their age either can see past their nonsense or the fact that they're either childish or just not mature enough to deal with women in their age group, and or have something that is outwardly deterring that their peers do not want to deal with. Whether it's their financial status, their behavior, their baggage, or whatever it may be. So I'm gonna flip that back on Draya to say that because she has been with a lot of different men in entertainment, from rappers to athletes and some men alike, there are probably men in her age range that already know what she's about. So my judgment really isn't coming from a place of detest for Draya, let alone her being pregnant. I think my reservation stems